to the channel. If you are a first timer to this channel, then welcome to you guys and thank you for being here. This is our daily watch list for Monday, April 17th. It feels like forever since I've been on here. I'm going to go through this list really quick with you guys. It's not going to take a long time. I am busy today, so we're going to run through this quickly. If you guys haven't seen something like this before, or this strategy, we teach the strat here, and if you haven't seen this or heard about this, it's going to change the way you guys trade, because realistically it is the easiest and most simplistic way to trade that for me I've ever come across, and for most people that you would ask, it is the most simplistic way to trade. We don't really use indicators. We use what the candlesticks are giving us, and that's how we trade, and that's it in its simplest form. So we are live right now, so if you do have questions, you can put them in the chat on the right-hand side. If you have questions, if you're watching this on a recording, you can put them in the comment section, or you can do the same thing on my Twitter. If you're on Twitter, I'm there too, at Mr. Clark Griswold, or on the Discord. The Discord's absolutely free to join. A lot of people don't know that. That link is in the description below. You can join that Discord and jump in on any of those free rooms. There is a paid membership on there as well, but all that information can be found in the Discord. So let's get started on this list. We're going to start with Shopify. Shopify had this 2 down that finished green. Okay, so anytime we have the 2 downs that finish green, we are expecting or thinking that the probability of this to continue back to the upside is fairly good. So a 2 candle, as you see here, this is part of my Griswold Strat indicator that I created for you guys. That link is in the description below to get that as well, or it's part of the membership. But you have this 2 down. Okay, so a 2 is a directional candle. It can either go below the low of the previous candle, or it can break the high of the previous candle. It can't do both. So what we had on this candle here on the daily on Friday was a 2 down. So we broke to the downside, but it finished green. So we opened 2 down and we started to come back up. So to me, that tells me there's a probability that we could trend back to the upside, and that's what we play here is probabilities. So if we look at Shopify, we have a 2 down, finish green. We can look for calls at 46.48, or you can buy common shares on this because it is to the upside. And your first target just becomes the high of the preceding wick. So that's that 46.72 marker, that green candle that you see right there. Okay, we'll move on to Disney. Disney, so here's a little bit of a special one. A double inside bar, these don't happen very often. An inside bar, guys, or a 1 bar that does not break the high. It does not break the low of the previous candle. It stays within the range. It's a consolidating candle. I'm going to change these to green real quick. It's a consolidating candle, so it's a tightening range. It doesn't know which way the market's going to go, and we've had 2 of these in a row. And when you see, you notice it's yellow, that's, again, part of my indicator to really help you guys find that a lot easier than a red candle or a green candle. It's just easier to spot. Okay, so when you have these double inside bars, we're going to go back in time, and we'll just look for the last set of double inside bars, and we'll find it fairly easily because they're marked out with a blue highlight. To March of 2021, the last time we had it. Do they always work? No, and that's why I like to go back. So this one right here, it wouldn't have worked. See, we just popped up and then we trended back in the other direction. So that double inside bar didn't work, but it's probabilities, guys. This game is it's a probability game, and what we look for is probability. So you can see this one here, it gapped up, but it did what it said it was going to do. It had a big run after 2 straight days of consolidation, after 2 straight days of it. That's what I'm looking for, of doing this. Okay, inverse broadening formation. Some people call it a flag. See here how we've just tightened it, and it's got to get out of this range here, so it broke just like it did there. That's what we're looking for off of these double inside bars. So I'm going to go back to where we were originally on Disney, and that's what we're going to look for off of these double inside bars. So we're going to look for calls at $100.86 or puts at $98.93. We go to Procter & Gamble, single inside bar. So the same thing. When you see those yellow candle, guys, you should think of that as a spring being tightened, compacted, squished, loaded, squeezed, ready to explode to one direction or the other. And that's what we're looking for essentially off of these. So off of this, we can look for calls at 150, 159, Puts at 150.51. We also have a inside bar on the weekly. That's what those two pink lines represent. We'll have a weekly video out late tonight, but it will be out for you guys. Lucid, outside bar, inside bar, 3-1 setup. Also a rare pattern. And actually that's wrong. Sorry, that was off of Friday. But again, you can see off that inside bar, that big jump to the downside. So here we have a 2 down that finished green. Bottom of a broadening formation. Hammer candle, which is an actionable signal. Okay. 3 actionable signals with the Strat. Hammer candles, shooter candles, which is the opposite of this, where we have the body at the bottom and the wick at the top, or inside bars like we see here. And this is essentially 2 actionable signals, a hammer and a inside bar. So we have this hammer candle, and we're back now. I lost the connection. So from Lucid, we go to MU, inside bar, pretty close to a hammer candle. We've got great time frame continuity to the upside. That's also part of the indicator. We'll look for calls at 63.22, puts at 61.77. On to NEO. NEO has no setup, so we'll move on to Tesla. Tesla has a double inside bar as well. So again, we just talked about these double inside bars, these 2 straight days of consolidation. And let's just go back. We'll look for that blue highlight, part of the Griswold Strat indicator. There it is. Double inside bar. Boom. There's your move. Okay? Big gap up. And you can play the gap. I have 4 videos on how to play gaps. Here's another one. Okay? This didn't work out great, but it hit triggers. We opened. Okay? We triggered. We hit 1 target. We hit 2 targets. This is a really good trade. Okay? And then we reversed back up on the following day. But this double inside bar trade was a good day, and that's exactly what we're looking for off of these. And I will tell you guys, if these setups don't work for you guys off of the daily chart, look for these setups on the 30-minute chart. Look for them off of the 15-minute chart, and then just hop down to a smaller time frame. Hey, XLU with the inside bar, calls at 69.30, puts at 68.57. Our first target to the downside is also our trigger to go 2 down on the week. That's what that pink line represents, that single pink line. Okay, so nice setup on XLU there. XEL, inside bar. We also have the 2 pink lines representing the inside bar on the weekly. If I go to the weekly, there's my inside bar. So we're looking for a domino effect. The day triggers the week. We'll see if that happens to the downside on XEL or if it happens to the upside on XEL. We move on to DIA, the diamonds, 2 up, finished red. So we're going to look for puts on DIA. Puts at 337.31 is our trigger. Strike price, I'd be looking at a 337, 336, maybe a 335. I might push it to that. Okay, DraftKings, 2 down green. So we're going to go to the opposite direction. We've got great time frame continuity to the upside. Calls at 19.18. GM, that's General Motors, 2 up, finished red. So we're going to look for puts here at 34.25 on General Motors. Coca-Cola inside bar, calls 63.15, puts 62.78. We are flying through these. We are almost done. IBM, 2 up, finished red. Full time frame to the downside currently, so we'll look for those puts at 127.31. First target at 126. Microsoft, Mr. Softy, inside bar, time frame to the downside for the majority of it. Calls at 288.48, puts at 283.69. We look at Nike, that's a 2 up that finished red. We can look for puts there at 125.49. First target, let's move that down. First target, 124.46 on Nike. And that's the list, guys. I told you I was going to run through this really quick. We weren't going to be long. I'm not even sure how long it's been. It hasn't been a ton of time here. We're, maybe 10 minutes into this thing. And that's it. So if you guys have questions, I'm going to hop out. You can leave them in the chat section, in the comment section, on Twitter, on the Discord. That link is in the description below. The Griswold Gold membership, guys, it's $50 a month. It'll pay for itself in one trade. You get a 1-hour strat course with it. You get live trading bots on ticker symbols like SPY, QQQ, DIA. Sends the trades right to you. You don't have to go looking for it. Tesla, NEO, Disney, they're all on there. I give the top 5s from this list also to the Griswold Gold members. You get one-on-ones with me. You can book those if you need 30 minutes, if you need an hour. Let me sit down. Let me help you guys out. All part of the Griswold Gold membership. That information can be found in the Discord or on Twitter. It's all available there for you guys. If you buy 2 months, you get the 3rd month free. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you on the next one. Good luck trading Monday, guys. I wish you nothing but the best, and have a great rest